Hello guys and happy Saturday. Today I'm feeling really gross. I think that I'm just ready for a makeover. So, without further ado, let's just get into this. I'm gonna start with a good shower, wash my hair, and I'll show you the products I use. Let's go. All right, let's rapid fire through the shower. I use the Function of Beauty line. This is obviously a formula designated for me. I use the shampoo and conditioner separately. And then after I go ahead and rinse out my conditioner, I use Olaplex and the Function of Beauty hair mask. Put that on my hair and then comb it out. Leave it on for about 5 to 10 minutes. From there, I use body wash, Sensual Amber by Bath & Body Works, and then a Kiehl's facial cleanser. And then last but not least, Neutrogena Bright Boost, and it's an exfoliant, which is great for the skin. Hello. Okay, now that I'm all clean, I went ahead and I got dressed. This is just an Old Navy top. It's like a workout top. It's got, it's got this cute back, like little peekaboo back. My pants are, I believe, Spalding. They're just workout capris. They're super comfy. I love them. And then I've got a concoction of skincare laid out. I'll be going ham today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tone, and I'm going to use this Witch Hazel toner that I actually got in a Vox box a couple months ago, and I absolutely love this stuff. It doesn't dry out my skin or anything like other toners tend to do because of the alcohol. This is alcohol free. Next, I'm using a combination of serums. One I got from Sephora, and then it's this vitamin C serum. I love this stuff. It just kind of brightens your complexion. And then this is something that I got in a BoxyCharm, and I'm still not quite sure how I feel about it, but I can tell you this stuff is not cheap. It's like $150, $170, something like that. I can't say I've noticed a total difference, but if anything, I think it breaks me out. So I'm still trying it, and I thought maybe if I mix it with another serum, it might be okay. This stuff is really thick. I don't know if you can see that. Here is the vitamin C, which, oops, this does not have a push dropper. This one's more liquidy. So I do about 1 drop of the tomato serum and 3 drops of the vitamin C. I like to warm it up in my hands first because a little bit actually does go a long way with both of these. I know people were complaining that they were going through the tomato serum like way too fast, but I just think that they're not warming it up in their hands. So now I'm going to pat it in my skin, and then I'm going to wipe it the rest of the way. The next 2 items are eye creams, and I actually got both of these also in BoxyCharms. So this is the QMS Intensive Eye Care Cream. I think that's what it's called. And then this is the new one that I just got this month. It's Dr. Brandt Triple Peptide Eye Cream. So I kind of swatched some of this on my eye yesterday. It was really thick, so I thought since this one's a little bit more water-based, I would try this one first. Just kind of dab my finger. Always use a ring finger because it has the least amount of pressure. That way you can't hurt your eye. So now I'm going to go in with the Dr. Brandt and kind of do the same thing. This is a squeezy tube, so I'm going to squeeze some out onto my ring finger. See how thick it is? And this is probably enough for both eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both my ring fingers and then rub it in this way. All right, it's been a couple minutes. They're still a little wet, but I think it's just because it's so hydrating and I'm impatient, so we're going to move on. This is something that I just got in this BoxyCharm as well this month in January. This is the Daily Greens Oil-Free Gel Moisturizer with moringa and papaya. This smells so good. It's by the brand Farmacy, which I don't think I've ever used anything from them before. But when I got it, I instantly popped the top and smelled it. Plus, just the texture of that is what I like. It's like a water-based, oil-free. I don't really like to put oils on my face, but I'm just gonna put a few dots around, kind of like I normally would. Now my skin feels very hydrated and honestly like a slick mess. But it smells good and it feels nice. Don't mind this giant turban on my head. I know it's beautiful. But I have Rapunzel-like hair, and it needs to be up and back. So the first thing I'm going to do is some eyeshadow primer, because I'm going to start with the eyes. I have not used this base yet. I just got this in my BoxyCharm for January. This is the Viseart eye primer. It comes in a little squeezy tube. Ooh, that came out way too easy. It's not tinted. You guys see that? It's kind of like a cream. I feel like this is not gonna be a good eyeshadow base, but I guess we'll try it. It feels kind of oily. Am I supposed to put this on my eyeball? Alright, so it dried down completely. It's not really sticky or tacky at all, so I don't really know what that's gonna do. I guess we're gonna find out. Today I'm really excited because I'm finally trying the Child palette from Colourpop. So I bought this the day that it released. I was one of those, like, ready, like at the minute it dropped. And this is what the palette looks like. So beautiful. Let me open it and take out, you know, they always have the plastic things. This one has 2. And then here we go. I love these shades so much. I almost forgot I got these Luxie brushes in my December BoxyCharm, which I know I said I was really disappointed in, but looking back, I guess it's not that disappointing. It was just, there were 2 products that I can't use. Well, 1 product I cannot use, 1 that I will not use. I got the Ofra banana powder, and I don't know if you see my complexion, but I'm super light and super pink. I cannot use banana powder. It is way too dark on my skin. It just makes me look sick. And then the other thing was this eyeshadow palette. I would never wear any of these colors. Yeah, I'm not a fan, so I mean, if anybody wants it, you can have it. It's just don't look good on me. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different today, and I'm feeling the greens, obviously. So I'm gonna go in with this middle shade and kind of buff that. Ooh, lots of fallout into the crease. And this palette does have a mirror, by the way, which is nice. It's just one of those colors that you really got to build up. Okay, now I'm gonna dip into this darker green and put that on the outer third. First, I'm gonna start by stamping. Buff it up into the crease just a little bit. I'm gonna go into, oh, I didn't even notice that they had names. Well, this one is called Right Hand Mando. This one. I'm going to put that directly on the lid. I'm going to try it without wetting the brush first. Let's wet the brush. Yep. That's it right there. So pretty. Now I'm going to take a pencil brush and the shade Precious Cargo and put that in my inner corner. I'm going in with the shade Just Like a Tatooine. I think that's how you say that. And with a slimmer kind of blending brush, it's very fluffy. I'm just gonna work that on top. Okay, so for the face, I've never used this before. This is the Drunk Elephant de Bronzi. I know my foundation is a little light, so figure I give this a try. Ooh. I'm gonna use that much. A Tatcha silk canvas, because I've only gotten a chance to use this once or twice and I've liked it. So let's give her a go. I don't know how you get this out. You just warm it up with your finger and smear it on your face? Do you only use this like in your T-zone? Today I'm going to apply L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation, and I'm going to use shades 201 and 202. I'm just going to mix them. It's still probably going to be a little light, but that's why I put the bronzing serum on first. I'm going to apply with a brush today. I just don't feel like wetting my beauty blender, to be honest with you, so brush it is. Alright, I put a little bit of the darker color on my brush, and I'm just gonna spot it on my face and blend it in. I just like to start with very thin layers and build up. I like a very natural kind of look. Got an itch. Okay, so I've done my second layer of the 202. Like I said, it's just a smidge dark, so I'm going to go in with the shade 201 and just lightly kind of buff that in. So I'm gonna squirt just a little bit on my brush, about that much. I'm gonna get my hair out of the way. I'm gonna lightly tap. Okay, so since my hair is getting kind of dry, it's at like that damp point, I'm going to put a hold of my makeup and do my hair real quick. So I'm gonna use the It's a 10 Light. I don't like how the regular one kind of weighs my hair down. I'm gonna use just a little bit of this Way hairspray. It's a leave-in conditioner spray. And then last but not least, just a dab of Olaplex. I am going to try to put some near my roots just because they've been so frizzy lately. So let's do this. I'm just taking each of these sprays and spraying a little bit on both sides of my hair. And then I'm taking the hair oil and aggressively rubbing my hands together to kind of work it in and thin it out. And then I'm just going to brush it through my hair and distribute it evenly. I got this in a BoxyCharm a couple of months ago and I've never used it. This is the Dose of Colors Concealer. This is shade Light 09. Ooh. Now I don't really like to use a lot of concealer, but today, because my face was looking a little dark and this is really light, yep, I guess this is happening today. Forehead, down the nose, and I'm just gonna start at the bottom and then work my way up. Ready for the ugly face? I don't know why we do that. You can still see some of my darkness peeking through, which, I mean, I really don't mind some because I'm human and I like to look natural. I don't like to look like a doll. So that's why I'm okay with it. I'm just gonna blend that in and then we can move on to the rest of the fox. Alright, I'm going to set my under eyes, even though I normally don't do this, but I have been loving this powder by Hourglass. It's just a translucent powder. I have two of them. I lost one. I don't know where it went, and I'm really devastated about it. But I'm just gonna tap some out into the cap, and I don't really like to set my under eyes normally, but I'm just gonna try, I don't know, maybe a little bit. I only have this much in my cap, so. And Bandit's crying again. And now I'm just going to, I'm not trying to bake, I'm just trying to dab it into my skin. And now I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to wet it. So now with a wet brush, I'm going to go in with that same powder and do this side. This is my left side. So I'll have to make a note. My left side was done with a wet brush. I think this one might be a little bit brighter. I guess we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different with the face today, and in fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a fluffy powder brush and set the rest of my face with that same Hourglass powder. Swirl it on the cheeks. Alright, so I have this brush and I've never used it before. It says it's a powder brush, but we're gonna use it for bronzer today. And today also comes from BoxyCharm. Aesthetica bronzer. And I really like this stuff and I haven't used it in a while. Normally, you guys know I would go for my Milk makeup bronzer, but I'm just gonna, and then I'm gonna try to keep it up here and try it out. And I'm sure on camera it's a lot lighter than it is in person, so when I look in a mirror I might scream, but for now this is what we're doing. Next we have blush. I'm going to use Nars and it's called Behave, if I could open it. It's pretty, just like a neutrally kind of pinky. I'm gonna use that same brush, but I'm only gonna try to use like an edge. So I'm going to dip it in here like this, and then the idea is to just put it right on top. How are those under eyes doing? I think this one's creasing. Hey, that one's not bad. Okay, I'm gonna try this highlighter, which I just dug out of my collection. It's by the brand IBY. I've never even heard of them before. I think this is from when I used to get Dipsy Bag, so she old. It's called the Radiant Glow Highlighter. But this is what she looks like. And just kind of in the center, start to go over that lightly. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Do the tip, a little section right here. We could spot highlight up here, just dab, dab, dab. This is the Qveen eyeliner that was in my January BoxyCharm. Whew. It's not as black as I like it. I'm gonna go in with that neutrally brown shade, just a Tatooine. And I'm gonna take it on this very small, it's like a detail brush. So I don't really know how to do brows like, I don't know, other people. They haven't really been like the main focus for me ever, but I can tell you that the older I get, the more self-conscious of my brows I become. I don't know what that's about, but I like to start by spooling them up. I did pluck them like a day or two ago. And now I'm going to use Benefit Gimmie Brow. This is in shade 3. And I'm just going to start kind of in the middle and then brush back. And then with whatever's left over, then I come up to the front. Okay, now that I am looking crazy, I'm going to grab my Hourglass, like that I just had, Hourglass Brow Pencil in Warm Blonde. What is this called? Arch Brow Microsculpting Pencil. I'm just going to kind of add some strokes in there towards the middle and the back, just to kind of help fill my brow. And it's not too shabby. Now let's do the other eyebrow. And for mascara, I'm going to use the Milk Kush Waterproof, also from a BoxyCharm. And that's 2 coats. See, before and after. It's pretty good mascara, not gonna lie. Alright, I'm gonna try something a little different. I hope I don't mess everything up, but this is the Anastasia Lash Brag, I believe. Yeah, Lash Brag mascara. I'm gonna see if I can do this as like a second coat, because it's like a wet formula versus the Kush is a drier formula. So let's see what happens. It's not like clumping it and making it look weird. So last step would be lips. Colourpop Zuma. It's kind of pinky. It's a little pinkier than I wanted. I'm going to use Ultra Glossy Lip by Colourpop and Kathleen Lights in the shade Moonchild. Yeah, that's much better. A little lighter, a little nuder. That's what I like, baby. Here's the finished look, you guys. Thanks so much for coming on this makeover journey with me. And I will see you